Welcome, welcome. Give me 1 minute. Checking if everything is right. Testing the audio. Okay. Sound right. Okay. Good. Hey, how are you today? Adjusting the audio volume. Okay. Oops, wrong button. Tell me if everything is right. Tell me if
Start? Oh,
perfect.
yo.
Okay, everything is fine. It seems. How you try? So, on today's stream, I will work with you with what I call minimum coding word design. So the idea is to put it's to use the more Unity component possible and the less coding possible, since the learning curve of Unity is faster than Bolt. What do you think about this, Utalord?
I'm excited. I'm excited to learn.
I will also maybe tell you some basics about the coding. I learned so much since the last week. It's a little slow to learn. Yeah, good. So I launched the default scene here in Somnium space. You have the new scene demo word scene in the scene folder, and we will work mostly around the character detector. So let me create a folder where we will save our stuff. I'm sorry, my Unity is very messy. So let's go on model. Usually that's where we save stuff. Could be on scene too. But for me it will be on here. Community. Create. Folder.
Devereaux, did you see what Artific was able to do with attaching a gun to
No.
the joint? Yeah, he was able to attach an object and then from it instantiate a rigid body,
Mm-hmm.
onto the hand so he can like shoot a gun. Pretty wild,
Did
man.
he figure out how to trigger the button?
No, that's
Okay.
the next step.
Okay. Yeah, I already add a component to an avatar, but I did not try to work with the hands. I was mostly sure it was possible, but it's a little I would say it forward me on the learning. Yeah, we are collaborating on few stuff. Creator Sunday. Yeah, there's almost no limit of what we can do. For now,
Yeah.
we heard few limitation with Artifact, like about detecting triggers and using 3D UI. That's a little complicated, since Bolt doesn't include everything about Unity, almost, but not everything. Okay, minimum coding word, and I will copy my scene, the move scene. Let me find my folder. Copy this here. Good. I'll open it. Good. So, word config. I love to put word config on the top, and I prefer not having component here and in the air. So, environment That quite makes sense, so I will let it here. Scene variable, you can put it somewhere, but you cannot delete it. Directional light, ground. Ground can be on the environment. Yeah. You could call it space, word, doesn't matter. Let's call it the word. Yeah, I could put the lights inside it too. Okay, good. So right now the word do nothing. If you log in inside it, you will be able to jump on those cubes, but nothing really more. And when I open, oh sorry, I forgot to minimize my face. There should be better. Okay, so when you see that shadow is very too dark like this, it means that the lighting of your project have not been generated. So one of the first thing you can do is going on lighting. If it's not here, it will be window, rendering, lighting setting. And you can just press generate lighting. You can just do that once and it's fine. We won't use this much more. So now it's more connect to the skybox. So the shadow will be closer to the skybox color. That's how it works. Good. Let's start the code. I will go on my folder, minimum coding. I will create an empty component. I will call, let's for now say trigger. It's my personal doing, but I use hashtag on game object to indicate it's an entity that with a script. It's like a fully autonomous item. You can do whatever you want. You can do underscore. You can do, doesn't matter really. But I'm not sure if there is like a good practice in coding. But for now, I do it like this.
There are people who I've seen who write, you know, PRE for like a prefab. So
yeah, it
everyone has their own
could
way.
be a prefab, yeah, but for me it indicates it's a fully functional independent object. So it
What
will
do
have.
you mean by that? A fully functional
Wait,
independent
let's go it in another way. Okay, so imagine this is meant to be independent. I could move it. It doesn't really. It should not depend on others.
Right.
It's like an independent with script, you know. Or you can
Right.
just say it's because there's script inside it, you know.
Right, right.
Like hashtag like C#, you know. So it's just easier for me to understand my hierarchy, because if I move stuff, I could break it if I take something outside or something. And usually when you do entities like this, you prefer it to be independent, so you can copy paste, so you can use it in another project. You want to prevent doing spaghetti.
Right.
It's not exactly the right way to do. I'm not a super developer, but I know few tricks. In other game, it could be called something else. But since we don't do very complicated games here, I just go with that. Maybe I will change my way to do in the future. Okay, so I like to have my code in the root, in the game object itself. So this trigger, for now I call it trigger. Let's change it. Animation trigger. You will understand soon. So this object will detect an avatar and will trigger an animation. So you won't need to use code for most of your needs. So let's start by add component, bolt, flow machine. and we will create the macro. That is the code. When you create a macro, you don't understand it always go at the root of the project. So first I will click on something on my folder. Show in next. Oh wait, no. Copy path, I think. Copy path. Let's see what this gave me. No, not exactly. Okay, click on the emptiness here, the void, whatever. Copy path. That should be better. Yeah, good. That's good. So, copy path. New. Now I can paste my path here. And enter. Enter.
Wait,
Enter.
why did you do all this?
Okay, the path doesn't
Why did
work.
you copy the path so you can
It's just 1 second. Why it's not working? Because it's Linux path. Never mind. Yeah, I copied the path. Because it's just when you create, it's just annoying. Because when you create a macro, it always go at the root of the project. And it's annoying to go and this there, you know. So never mind the copy path. I will have to right click on an item on my folder, not on the void. Click on an item, show in Explorer, and copy this path, because the copy path here doesn't work. It doesn't respect Windows path system. So never mind. Now it's good. I won't create folder for now, but no, I could do it. Okay, so let's call it hashtag. What did I say?
Animation trigger.
Animation trigger. Good. The most important thing is to be organized, because it's very, very, very fast that you get lost in your project. So find a way you're comfortable with. You don't have to put a title right now, but for now we will go on edit graph. And we won't need those green box. We can delete it. So first thing, I will create a 3D object. Right click on my animation trigger. Cube. Most of the time a cube is fine for detecting avatar. First of all, I forgot. Animation trigger. I will click here on the gear. Is it full screen? Okay. Here, reset. Because the location was sometime in Unity the location of stuff is all messed. Okay. So my cube, I will reset it. It's fine. It's on the. It's very small. Why is it that small? Weird. Maybe because my floor is. Okay, the floor is a cube too. Very, very scaled. Okay, never mind. Good. So my cube, I don't need the visual part. First of all, let's have an idea of scale. I will go take the bodybuilder. It's the default avatar. Body with one B. Bodybuilder. Body B. Come on, you can do it. Bodybuilder. It's preferred like this. I just drag and drop somewhere here. You can delete it later. And I place it. So now you have an idea of scale. So you can understand very fast that this word is very big. And the texture is not very nice, so I can go play with it. With the scale. This is better. This is better. I don't need those cubes. Perfect. Good. So, depending on the area I want to detect an avatar, like this. Maybe I want something bigger. Like this. I want to detect an avatar. Okay, and now I don't need the visual, so I will remove component with the two mesh thingy. So my box is only defined by box collider. Very important part. In the box collider of your trigger, check is trigger. So that's why I call it trigger, because it uses this functionality. I will make it bigger because we have some difficulty with the trigger collidable. Sometimes we can go on the top, so we will make it higher. Good. So the root of my entity is this one, and the cube is under it. Good. So I will add a okay. Let me explain to you how I connect this area that can detect something inside, to my script. But first of all, I need to change my animation trigger hierarchy to the layer terrain for now. Everything, just put everything terrain. It's just straightforward way to go to do. No comments on YouTube, that's good. Okay. My script, I need to add a variable on it. This is how you will connect the box collider. You can call it trigger, it's fine. Box trigger. You can use other shape, but box is just very simple and mathematically very simple to do the collision too. Box collider, or just collider could be fine too. This is the type. It's important. So either box collider or collider, but let's go with for box collider. I drag and drop my box here. So with this input, my script understands that it can have access to this object now. So remember, my script is empty. Right click on trig. Oh, it's slow. Okay. On trigger, enter. There is 3 things we can do with trigger that's interesting. Sorry, more than 3. Yeah, those 3. It's on trigger, enter, stay, or exit. So the code will be called once if something go inside the trigger. The call will be called once if something quit the trigger. Or the code will be called every frame if someone is inside the trigger. This is called trigger stay. For us, enter and exit will be enough. We don't need anything else. Good. So on trigger enter, on trigger exit. What do we, and how this script will know on which trigger? This is the input here. So I need to use the variable now. You can double click here. No, never mind. It's fine. Right click, add unit, variable. Oh my god. It's so slow. Get object variable. Get object variable. So we can use the same and reuse it. Select box trigger in the drop down menu. So now those two green box is what we'll call the code on the right. It will be called only if something go inside that. Is my avatar have a collider? I will add a collider to my fake avatar. This will be for testing purpose. So on my bodybuilder, right click, 3D object, capsule. I use capsule because it's how avatar usually work. They have a capsule inside. I can change the. I don't need the visual. Remove component. I can change the size, radius to something more logic. Yeah, that's good. And add component. Rigid body. Okay. For something to be detected inside the cube, the trigger cube, it have to contain 2 things: a collider, capsule collider, and a rigid body. I won't explain why rigid body, but that's how it works. Rigid body is like to give a I don't know, a soul to the collider somehow. So if you start the game like this, the cylinder will just fall because it's affected by gravity by default. Look, if I do that, boop, it fall. So to prevent that, we will freeze position and rotation on the cylinder. So this is ready to go, ready to test avatar. So if I do play. Oh, by the way, my game window, I just put it here because it's just annoying. Now I can take the root of my bodybuilder. I play with Q, W, E, and R to change the controls. So now I can move my tester. And you see, look at here. You see, it changed color because it called a script because the avatar go inside and outside. That's how you test the stuff. So let's return on my, oh, you see it's invisible because there's no visual. The green you see here, green outline, it's just for the editor test. Sorry, editor debug. So, like I said, to detect something inside this box, it need a rigid body. That's why the ground is not detect right now. Since the ground have a collider, box collider. You don't see it, but if you look at the corners, the ground have a collider. It's green. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why the ground don't detect it, even if it's inside. Good. So most of the time we will detect by default any moving object, like 2D people, VR people, and maybe other things, like if you have, I don't know, a ball around that roll. For now we will concentrate on the simplest way to do it. Okay, sorry about all this. So we can do the thing very simple. Let's add something with animation. Animation 0. I will add a animation controller, animator, sorry. Okay, so on this game object, I will have an animator that will, let's create one for you to understand what is happening. Okay, so on my folder, create Animator Controller. This is the way to control animation. It's very straightforward. I will give the most creative name of the word, Animation Controller.
Wow.
So I drag and drop this here, Animation Controller, in the controller of Animator. I don't need to put anything on avatar because we are not playing with bones right now. Okay, inside my animation I will add a cube. And let's, okay, you see the cube is very far. That's because my animation 0 is very far too. Reset, good. My cube, I will put it here. Okay, so we will move this cube, scale this cube, and modify the material. So I need to create a material because the default one we cannot. We can edit it a little. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can. Okay, good. So, animation. Sorry, my OCD. Okay. I don't need a collider on this cube, but I can let it there. It's fine. Oh, I will just put this somewhere else. There. Because I have my animation trigger here. Animation 0. Okay, let's create an animation now. Right click on your folder, project folder, or Word folder. Create animation. Animation. Okay, cube animation. Good. Next step. If you follow the step how I do it, you will have less difficulties because it's hard to edit an animation that is not connect to an animator controller. Animation controller, sorry. So double click on the animation controller. I will remind you how those things work. So just recap, animation 0, my rigging object. I have the animator where I put the animation controller. The animation controller look like this. It's like a state machine. So you always move from a state to another state. So you start with no animation, for example, create empty, and you will go to cube animation, for example. I just drag and drop here. So I create a transition, and this transition is triggered by something on the outside. For now, we will let it like this. Okay. So once you have connect your cube animation here, now you can edit it, because you understand that you can edit it somehow. Okay, sorry, I click everywhere. Bad habits. So click on the cube animation, cube on your animation 0 here, so you understand which one you want to edit. And now we can create the animation. So the easiest way, don't do add properties. It's very annoying because you have to go through all this hierarchy. It's annoying. Press on the red button here, and now do the animation that you want. For start, we need a starting point, starting state. So let's just right click on position, add key. Right click on rotation, add key. Right click on scale, add key. So this is the default state when it starts. Everything is at this position, this scale, and this rotation. And I will add something else. I will click on the cube, default material, and I will right click on the color, I guess, if it's possible. Can I do that? Oh, never mind. Since I played with it, it's equivalent to do add key. So you see, now the color is 11111. Okay, so I have my. I can add the emission too. Good. Let's have fun. So only emission. Good. And the cube will be black. Dark. Perfect. Now, I want the animation to last 1 second. So zoom out a little and take here the cursor to 1. You see? So at 1 second, I want the cube to be there. I want the cube to be rotate like this. Let's do something nice. 45, 45, 45. No, sorry. 30, 30, 30? Yeah, that's better, I think. Anyway. And scale 2, 2, 2. You see? If you want to move the cube while it's rotate, you can change this global to local. Very useful. So rotation. Okay, I did not detect the rotations change. Oh yeah, it did. Okay, never mind. And I want the color to change too. My cursor is there. Color, go to red. Emission, go to, I don't know, this. Not too much maybe. Yeah. So let's try this. I press play. You can disable the red button. Oh, I know. I want the animation to return smoothly to 0. So let's take the start. All the start here. Oops. All the dots here. Control C. 2 seconds. Control V. Be careful because this is first number is second. Second number is not millisecond. It's frame. I know it's weird, but that's how they did it. So 1 second, 30 frame. And 2 seconds is equivalent to 60 frame. You see? That's why it's the middle, it's 30. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 frame. Because, you know, There is 60 seconds in 1 minute, but there is not 60 milliseconds in 1 second. That would be weird. So now I can disable this and do play. You see? Woohoo, that's nice. Good. It's better than I thought. Now, on my animator, I have this animation, but there's no way it can go there. There's no trigger to go there. So let's do this way, okay? I will go on parameters. I will do, okay, let me explain to you. The straightforward way to trigger an animation in the animation controller machine, it's to change a variable in the parameters. For example, I click on plus, boolean, no, trigger, boolean, trigger. I'm not sure. Let's go trigger for now. Trigger, call it trigger 0. Good. So when the trigger is check. Let's take this arrow from new state to cube animation. New state is an empty one. Nothing happened. So no, not like, let's call it default. No, idle. That's good. Idle, cube animation. So what will trigger the change of state will be on the condition here plus trigger 0. That's it. For triggers, it's simple. It's as simple as that. I guess. And can I do the reverse? I'm sorry. We will use. Sorry about that. We will not use trigger. I'm afraid it will be too complicated. Let's use boolean instead. Boolean. Trigger 0. Okay. When boolean is on. When boolean is true, it go this way, and we will return when trigger will be false. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this. I check. It go there. Uncheck. It return there. Since the animation is I could also just use a go and remove the return animation condition. For example, because it's very simple, you know. I cannot remove it. That's weird. Okay, so I only have a condition to go there, but it will
bro, just a question. So
yeah.
What you're gonna do now? You're going to turn the parameter to true when a trigger is activated.
Exactly.
Couldn't you have just done animator.play and then written the state name?
Yeah, it could work, but if you have a lot of animation, this will start to be complex.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's why I explained like this. That will be an idea, but I will have to think about it.
So you could have a lot of. Also, if you're animating, right? Let's say I have a door, right? And I have an animation where I move the door up. Now I want to apply that animation to a bunch of doors, right? Do I have to apply the animation to a parent? You know, put the animation on a parent or something? Okay, I can apply that animation to all the doors so that the transform, it doesn't change around.
Yeah, I think both way is possible, but usually we try to prevent having like 30 animator. Or can you reuse it? I think you can reuse the same animation controller. But if they don't have the same, oh yeah, they need the same name for that. Okay, wait. Are you talking about multiple door that have their own trigger?
Let's say I have a door, right? And I want to reuse this door. And
Okay.
I'm using this door.
So
Yeah.
Okay, so the way I'm doing it will be copy paste friendly. Because since you will link the door animation to the script and you will link the collider, the trigger too, there won't be conflict between the doors. They all will have their own animation, their own door, their own trigger. without creating other animation controller. They will all share the same thing. I will show it with this exact case after that. You will understand. So I return on the condition false for quitting the animation. So this way I need to quit the zone and re-enter to trigger it. It should be fine. Okay, so let's return on the coding. Evil coding. Evil coding. Evil. Hands. Hands. Sorry. Okay. Evil coding. So now I need a second variable on my script. It will be the Animator Controller. Animation or Animator? Animation or Animator? Oops. Animator Controller. Animator. By the way, if you want to rename anything in Unity, do it inside Unity, not outside. Don't do it in Windows. Because if you rename something in Unity, every reference will be updated. Everything will be friendly. But if you do it in here, you rename something, Unity will be completely lost.
Cool.
Okay, let's go on the script. Okay, I have my animation controller. Animator. Can I call it like this? No, animation. Not sure. Animation controller or animator? Oh yes, it's animator. Okay, animator. And I will drag and drop my animation 0 here. Let's do something interesting. Since animation trigger will be reusable, I will drop it inside the animation 0. You see? So animation 0 is the entity containing the animation, the trigger, and the cube and everything. You see? So it's an independent object that I can copy paste. I don't put the hashtag because there's no script on it. So yeah. I have this there. Okay, so
Wait, you have the animation controller inside a game object and then the cube, and then you have an object that has the actual script inside the animation controller game object.
the animation trigger have the box and the script, since it can be reused somewhere else. It's an independent object. Maybe I could have created an empty here. I could have do that. Could have done that. So animation 0 and like something like this and this there. So this would be equivalent. Cube animation that contain the cube. When you do an animation, the thing that you animate should always be inside the hierarchy. Maybe this way is better.
So you have the animator controller on an object that's not the cube, and then the
It could be the
animation
cube. It could be the cube. Maybe this way is better. So animation 0 is just a container.
Right.
Animation trigger is the script and the trigger that can be reused somewhere else.
I think this is the way.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird if the animation is there. I understand. So if I do that, I could call it animation 1, and then it's exactly independent and functional. Yeah, this is good. Okay, where was I? Okay, good. So I will do a get object variable. That will be my animation controller. I will do animator. here, when you see an arrow here, it means it's a category, animator. And I will do, I think I can do set play. Set bool, that's good. Set bool, name, value, very important. Good. So, I will do something that you could think it's interesting. In the control section, you have select. That's not the right one. Control section, you have switch. Switch. Is it this one or the other? Switch on integer. One sec, I just have to remind which one it is. Oh, by the way, I on window bold it's bold there. Bold. Tool, bold. You have two windows that could be useful. It's which one is it? It's the graph inspector and the blackboard. Maybe you can just do right click, add tab. No. Bold.
Maybe window.
Window maybe? Where is it? Do you see bolt? Speaker, amplify shader, text pro, general, rendering, tool, bolt.
I think it's graph inspector and graph on those when you pull them up. No.
I don't remember how I put it there. General? Blackboard. Can I edit here? Maybe, man, I'm sorry, I don't remember. But
Wait,
you
go back to the general. I think it was there. It said
where? Here?
inspector and no, in bolt. You go up in bolt.
Here? Where?
No, up there on the top of the window. Like where the window where it says tools, bolt, and window.
Here?
I don't know. I'm trying to find the blackboard.
Sorry, I have to decline this.
Is it? No.
Okay, sorry. There's another way. Just have to double click on the graph here, and you will have access to those two windows. So it's fine. Can I click there? Oh no. Oh, okay. So it's fine. You have access, but I just don't remember where I found it. Okay, I will put my phone on do not distract. Sorry, I will just say to my mom, I'm working. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, where was I? Switch. I can't do it the other way. Let's do this. Okay, so into. I will explain after because I never remember exactly. Doop. That's not switch. I will got it. Control. Select. Which one is it? Branch? Sorry, I'm still new to all this. Select on integer, select switch branch. Oh, select on flow. Oh, that's good. That's it. Sorry. Okay, so I don't want to copy paste everything, so I will use it this way instead. Select on flow. This means instead of having 2 times the almost exact code, I will combine those 2 sources of interruption of calling, and Boolean literal. I will do a Boolean.
So select on flow is based on the flow.
Yeah. So
So
if you have a trigger enter event, the A will get true, so the output will be true. If it comes from trigger exit, it will be B. Input will be B. So the B value will be false. So now I can do conditions with this. It's very useful because I've been doing very repetitive code, and this way will make your code less repetitive. And this is a good way to work, because when you have a repetitive code and you want to change something, you can forget the other or make, like, you know. So a logic should never be twice in a code.
A question going back to select on flow, where it says AB and then AB. So I'm assuming that A on trigger enter, and then you're saying that A is true, right?
One sec.
Is
Control
accurate?
select on flow, you said?
No, the one you have right
Oh,
there.
this one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, select on flow. It has AB and then AB.
Yeah.
So the first flow going in, if it's true, right, then the flow continues.
No. It's not. There's no if here. Okay, I will re-explain. If the code is called here on trigger enter, it go inside A. It means that the output will be A from this. If the script is called from on trigger exit, it will go on B, and then the output here will be B. It could be anything, Boolean, it could be integer, it could be, I could even do that instead. You see, put the collider, but it would not make very sense. So I put bool because it's just simple. Because if I do a branch, for example, a if condition. For example, I want to remember, did I enter or quit? So I can do that. You see? If I do this, a branch after that, it's the equivalent of having nothing done. You see? True and false. I don't know if you understand. So let's look what I will do. That. Boolean name. Oh, yeah. I need a new variable. Double click. This one is important. This will be no. Animation trigger name. No, animation bool name. Okay. So animation trigger name would be string and okay, let me explain. This variable, we do variable in the input of the script, because if we copy paste this, I can change this variable to 0, to 1, to 2. You see, it's like independent to the script, but it's so if I reuse this animation trigger anywhere else, and I don't want to call the parameter trigger 0, I even forget the name, trigger 0. Now we will understand that get object variable, that will be the animation trigger name. Put it there. I will re-explain again, don't worry. Okay, let's re-explain everything. You will understand. So, first of all, my character go inside the trigger, right? The script that was looking at the box trigger detect something going inside. So, he say, okay, something's going inside. So I want to enable the animation. To enable the animation, I will call the trigger 0 parameters on my Animator Controller. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
So if I go inside the box, it will call it will change the trigger 0 in the animator, the parameter here. It will change it to true. So my animation could go forward. And when I will quit the box, sorry, the script is there. When it quit the box, it go this way. So it's false. So it will set it to false. Let's try it in live again. It's very important that you understand this. I just hope it will work. First, so select my bodybuilder. Remember, I'm in scene view, not game view. Normally it's like this. So you can return on scene view, but I don't need or want this window. I just want to remove it. Go this way. Good. So I move that. We have some issues, it's in. Yes, I have to figure out what happened. Let's see. Animation 0. It's okay. Yeah, this is because. Okay, let me explain you something important. There's people talking on YouTube. No space like Somnium. Okay, for YPaul83, today we are working on doing logic in Word with minimum coding. So we will use the more Unity component possible and the less bold component possible. That's what we are doing. Sorry. Okay, I will return on my thing. So when you animate something, it's important to understand that you will move the object and the reference is the parent of the object that you move. So since I move everything in my hierarchy, I just break my animation by accident. So be careful.
I can use this by placing, an object, underneath a parent and then putting the animator in the parent. I can make reusable doors because the animation
Exactly.
is based on. Yeah, awesome, cool, bro.
Let's try to repair my mess. Oh la la. Cube animation doesn't need a place. The cube can. Yeah, I need to reset everything. That's my bad. I'm sorry. So I reset every position of everything. So my trigger now is very small. So I'll enlarge my trigger like this. This is good. My cube that is animate should be there. Good. I could just move the origin of the animation too. Yeah, let's do that instead. So if I always move the origin of the animation, I'm less likely to do this mistake again. I mean, don't try to understand everything. The best way to understand is to do it yourself, make your own mistake. I can prevent you to do most of the mistake, but you will still do some and you will understand more this way. So don't worry if you don't understand everything. But you will have a roughly way to go. So let's prepare the animation now. I will click on my animation controller. No, don't need that, sorry. I will go on my animation, cube animation. Okay. And press play. Okay, it seems that's not that bad. Let's stop that and I will just... Okay, the Z was this. So it's not that broken, finally. Or maybe? It's a little weird. Don't like this. Position. Okay. It's strange. Aha. That's why. Yeah, animation can be a pain, but... Oh my god. Bodybuilder. Yeah, I'm trying to re-put it here. What a pain. Position is 0, 1, 0. Oh, okay, got it. Somehow. No. Okay, I understand what happened. By accident, I animate the cube and its parent too. So cube animation is the parent and cube is the cube. So I can remove everything that's called cube animation. Now it should be better. And I can copy the position of the cube. Cube. Ah, it's fine. It's already fine. Now it should work. Let's try again. Good, now it's working. Perfect. Let's start this. So I have my bodybuilder. I have my animation 0 that contains the trigger. So I want to go on the trigger to trigger the animation. Bodybuilder. Selected from the hierarchy, not from the scene. Huh, the animation don't be... Wait. Okay. What happened? Idle? Let's check if the script crashed for some reason. Okay. Oh, seems it's working. Pretty much working. Okay, let's duplicate this now. So, animation 0. I will have my animation 1 that will be slightly different. Because it will be here. And yeah, let's start with that. Bodybuilder. You see? Completely reusable. It could be anything. It could be a door, it can be a sound, it can be particle effect. It can be almost everything. You can trigger and edit almost everything this way. So if you understand my objective here, look at this. The code is very simple. I will even this time try to remember to give it to you on the Somnium Space Guide. So with this minimal code, you can do almost everything. And you can do it. By the way, you can use this code with hand in VR, because if you touch the region with your hands, so it can be a wall button, it would work the same. You can do buttons that trigger animation. It can be an animation that increase volume. It can be an animation that and it's not just temporary animation. Animation can stay in a state. You know. You remember how I put my cube on a place, and let's return to the animation cube.
So in the animation, in the animator itself, you have an entry, and then from the entry you move to an idle state. Is there anything in the idle state? It's just an empty state, right? Right.
Yeah, it's a little tricky because in Animation Controller, a state and an animation is two different but same thing. So very often we use an animation as a state that will do nothing because we are waiting.
Right.
So I will do something with you. I will duplicate the cube animation, Control D. So first one will be cube animation in, cube animation out. It means the animation in, I will remove the exit, so it will stay there, and the animation out will do the reverse. Okay, so let's return there, and now I have in and out. I don't need other variables, so transition, transition, transition. So first transition, if the trigger 0 is true. Second transition, if the trigger is false. Third, it will just go on the idle state. No need for that. I don't want weird behavior, so I will put exit time to 1, duration 0. I don't want weird overlap, because by default Unity tried to make smooth transition between animation, and I don't need that or even want that. I can remove have exit time, has exit time. This will make the animation more responsive. So if you have as exit time, it will wait the animation to finish before ending it. If you uncheck it, it won't wait. In fact, I can show you in real time. You will understand. So let's try this. Bodybuilder. Okay, you see? While going inside the trigger, I did the exact same logic here. I did not change the code, only the animation. So the parameter went to true, and it stayed there. Now it's waiting the parameter to go to false, and the animation end is this state. So now if I take my bodybuilder and I quit the zone on the animator, it will go on cube animate out. So for some reason it don't quit. Why? Wait, I want to understand what happened. Don't want to give you bad code. Okay, somehow on this one I have to check at exit time. Yeah, I don't understand. But so this one don't have condition, has exit time. Sorry, I don't know why. But now it should be fine. Bodybuilder.
So right now it's
out.
going from the first cube animation 1, and then it goes to the second one, right?
Yeah.
So what if we made it all going from the empty state? So instead of going it goes from idle, and then the cube animation, and then from idle to the other one.
Oh, you would like to add another idle?
No, I mean, instead of having it like going from idle to the first animation to the second animation and then back to idle, have it like go at idle, then from idle make a transition to the first animation, then another transition from that first animation back to idle, and the same with the other one. Would that also work, or is there a specific reason why we're transitioning specifically?
Okay, so instead of that, you want to do this, this and that.
Yeah.
Right?
So like a transition.
So
yeah, make a transition.
the reason why it's because idle, even if it does nothing, it will affect the cube. I think it will return it to its default state. because you
Oh,
have the right default
yeah,
here.
yeah.
I have to
Cool.
say, animation in Unity is not. It can be messy very very fast. So you need to try to not have um, uncertainty. You know how to explain
Right.
that. Try not to have not certain state. Like, yeah, I broke everything, but one sec. It's hard to explain, but if you are not sure in a state
Oh.
what will happen, it may act weirdly.
Hmm. So it's
So
always best to transition from state to state. So
yeah,
if I start at like an opening state and I want to go to a closing state, I go from opening to closing. Now, if I wanted to go from the closing state, would I make a transition between them? So you know what I mean, from the opening to the closing, so both ways, or would I only have from one way?
um, there's multiple way to use animation. The one I use is the simpler to understand because I have a initial state and an end state for each animation. So on the in it's default to something and the out is the something to default. But you don't necessarily need to do that way. I will show you another way that is could be more simpler for you depending on how your brain work. So I could remove the idle in fact. I could remove the idle and use the out instead.
Use a what?
The out animation. So look at this. Instead of using the idle, I will. Sorry. So now the out is just one empty state. There's no transition, and the in is just the final. So let me select the cube. Did I messed up? A. Sorry about that. Cube animation. Okay, I will just remove that. It's just distracting me. Okay, this is the out. Good. And the in. Oh yeah. Don't expect animation to be select when you click on something and you click on here. Always select it manually with the drop down here. Can be unexpected. Okay, so now we will use another technique that is state transition instead of doing animation. So inside my two animation, I only have a state at 0 seconds. There's no transition here. And just remember, by default, animation is 1 second. So if you don't have animation, only something at 0, it will be by default 1 second. So let's do a state transition instead. It's not real name, by the way. I'm just saying that for you to understand. So now I want to transit from the state out to the state in. So I will use a parameter, trigger 0 true, trigger 0 false, that's good. But now I will use those things here. That is a transition. So exit time, what is this? 0.5 I guess. Let's do it 0. You know what? 0, 1. Let's try this. I'm not sure if it will work, but let's try this. Okay, it may or may not work. I will explain after. Okay, I will explain why this technique is usually better. As it's time. Okay, bodybuilder. One second. Fix the duration. I guess I'll remove that. Bodybuilder. It's not working yet. Give me 1 second. Almost done. I'm lost. Here.
Cool.
I'm not 100% remembering how it worked, but we will get it very fast. Okay, this is not good.
Interesting.
Huh. That's what I thought. You see, this is instantaneous. Can be interesting. So to make, it's not what I was trying to do, but to make instantaneous animation, it should be that and that, I think. Let's try this. Bodybuilder. Okay, the as edit time should be unchecked. Yeah. Okay, let me explain. Those two animations are supposed to last 0 seconds, and the transition I put 0. And the exit time 1, transition 0. Somehow you cannot edit this when this is unchecked. So I check and then uncheck. So since this lasts 0 seconds, the transition is instantaneous, and this lasts 0 seconds, the transition is instantaneous. Can be useful. And then I can make it very, very fast, but not instantaneous. 0.1. Let's try this. You have to play with animation to understand it. It's not... You see? That's faster. Oh, it's exactly what I want. Good. It's exactly what I want.
Cool. That's really cool.
So you see? You have more freedom with transition of state instead of bunch of animation in, out, in, out, in, out. And it's easier to do. So this is probably the straightforward way to do. I should maybe explain it first. Not perfect. And can I do it even faster? Slower, I mean. Remember, by default, an animation with only one state, like in and out, there's no time, it will be considered as 1 second. So if I do transition duration 1, that's 100%. Oh, sorry, is it? I don't know why it's percentage. Oh, got it. 1 second. Bodybuilder. Yeah, you see? Try and fail. Okay, never mind about what I said. So if you check this transition duration, you will have I put 1 second, and just before I had 0.1. Bodybuilder. But I wanted to quit before it ends. That's the thing I was trying to do, because I have to do it all the way before. So I am trying to force it to be faster. Transition duration. Offset. What about this? Every time I play with animation, it's a nightmare. But mastering animation will be is painful. Never mind. Mastering animation is very good because you can use it everywhere in Unity. But mastering Bolt is, I mean, it's just for Somnium, for example, and just Word. But you will be able to reuse animation probably soon in Parcel, in Avatar too. So it's a nice thing to master. When you master it, it's very nice. And maybe I should provide some example. Yeah, would be best. Would be best. Still trying to do the thing I said. Okay, I want to try something. So you said, when I said that animation was 1 second by default, I'm starting to think it's not true. Sorry about that. It happens often when you think you understood something and that you are so wrong. So I will, even if they do nothing, I will give them 1 second delay. And I want when I enter and quit, it doesn't have time to finish the animation, and then it quit. That can be interesting. Maybe I should do an example for every special case. Would be interesting. Okay, let's try this. Oh my god, it's so broken. It's both way now. %. I'm gonna have it one day. Can I reset this? Reset. And then okay, I reset it. And now it's broken. Sometimes you have to return on play mode because it's all broken. Doesn't mean it's the case, but we never know. Whoa. Why? Okay. Transition duration 100%.
It's like it has a reaction, like it pauses, like it's alive.
It's so complicated. What an horrible thing. This percentage, I'm not. Oh, maybe it's 0.5. When I do 100 percentage, is it 100,000%? I'll never know. It's not exactly what I want. Look, there's a delay.
Yeah.
One day I will master it like a demon.
Yeah.
I know for what I want to do, I should not check exit time. Almost. Like, it will slightly grow and stop. That's what I want. It's already better, but still. We see that it's returned before the end, but it's still trying to do all the animation. Sound option. I'm not sure what you ask, why Paul. I'm trying to do random stuff. Oh my god! It worked! It worked! It worked! It worked! Ultra! It works somehow! You see? That's exactly what I was trying to do. And it was unexpected. Are you there? No one's there to celebrate with me. I'm alone. Oh, sound effect. Sure, I will do that. Let's do sound effect. Audio. Audio source. And audio clip. What is this? I have so much audio clip, I know no idea what they are. Arrow. Balloon bounce. Let's try this. Oh, output. Yeah. No. Output. I need a. I think I have a camera somewhere. Nah. It's. Yeah, whatever. The source. Audio listener. Can he be its own output? No. Ah, now it works. Did I need that? No, I don't need that. Okay, good. Yeah, you need an audio listener if you want to play audio. Normally it's on the camera, but there's no camera here. It's not my best sound. What are those? No idea where they come from. Motor. Okay, I want something better. Okay. Free house music, whatever. Sound effect. Why not? I guess. Okay, let's go with that. Good. We have our sound here. Let's try it now. So one of the easiest way to trigger the audio would be to go to the animation in and audio source somehow audio source and pitch prioritize enabled maybe enable and I can do play on a wick and then okay out would be tame. In good seem good I think. Let's try that. So I put the audio source control in okay builder. I think I broke something. Almost. Can you hear the sound?
I can't hear. I can only hear your wonderful and beautiful voice, my friend.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Could make it faster. So the secret for what I just did to force the animation to stop when you quit the trigger is this one, interruption source. So it will stop the animation and transit to the other right now. So
Cool.
next state, somehow.
So you're playing the sound in the animation, right?
Exactly.
So can you show me how you do that?
Okay, so
I've
sound
never.
source, play on awake,
Right.
and by default it's disabled. So
So, and then in animation, you've added a property, right? Which is the sound source. And because you have the animator controller in the parent, right? And then you have the sound source as a child of the parent, you're able to access it, right?
yeah, so I enable it. It's very
Cool.
simple. I
Awesome.
enable the sound and I disable it. So when you re-enable again, it will play the sound. So I can do that. Let's get wild, okay?
Let's do
Particle system, like Artifact love so much.
it.
Whoops, not minus 900. Can I do something cool
You
with?
make an explosion.
Yeah, I'm sure I can make it very fast. Speed 500. No, 500. 500.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
In fact, it could be, like you said, an explosion, so it will be shape and hemisphere. Let's put a color. Oh yeah, default part. Okay. Default particle system. Trail. No. I mean, let's go with that for now.
Fireworks.
Um. Oh, nice. Can I put it bigger? Which color will be better? Dark? Darkness. Darkness. Let's get wild.
Do it. Whoa.
Ooh. Ah. Interesting. Wow. Look at this.
Cool.
Ping pong.
Cool.
It's pretty. Whatever. Okay. Good. Animation in the system. I don't even know how to play. Play, 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 play. This must be tricky. I think I will check on the internet. I know how to do it with script, but Okay, I may need to create a script for that. It's fine. Should not be complicated. Ugh, good.
Does it work?
I don't find a very simple way to do it. That's natural, I mean. Because I can do looping and just disable, I guess, or
I mean, it seems much more easier.
emission. Okay, emission would be fine, I guess. Can I
Oh,
do that?
cool.
So I keep looping, and I just do emission. Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, must be the way.
So now you're recording it onto the first frame, right? So what do you,
Sorry.
like you're recording right now. So you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah,
record,
yeah, yeah.
are you gonna like make the emission off on the last frame or on and then save that?
It's like before. I have my two animation.
Right.
One is in. I duplicated the two thing. One is out. Duplicated the two thing. The out disable the animation and the audio. The in enable the audio and the animation. So let's try that. Should be disabled by default. Yeah. Okay. Hey. Did not work. Particle system emission is on. Ah, okay, looping was not on. Good. Oh, but the emission is. Okay, that's funny. You see?
Oh, cool. Nice.
So the thing I was
No.
trying not to do is like when the particle system stop, poof, everything disappear. But now it's more natural.
Yeah, it looks great, man. Yeah, I like it. So you recorded on a keyframe. You have the particle system set to looping, and then
Yeah.
you turned the emission off on a keyframe.
Yeah, I could put it off before. Let's see what happened. Hey, no, wait. Copy. Let's try this. So just a little. So on and off. Wait. Hey, one again. You. On and off. Okay, let's try this. It will be like it will more be like a burst. That's how it's called. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. It's too fast, but you see the. Boop, boop. I can change it now and particle system and spray, I think. What's the difference between spray and random? Ah, never mind. Look at this. Speed 10. Oh. Too much particles? Aha!
Cool.
That's why it's spray. It's like. Okay, random would be better. Good. So now I can disable emission. Start the animation. Oh wait, I have an idea. Lifetime 10. Can you show us how to blow up the cube and show a coin instead? Inside. Oh my god, that may be a little complicated for a stream. Wow, that's very pathetic. Poof. Poof. But you see, no coding and you can do a lot of stuff. That was the point. And I can make more. Okay, now let's trigger animation source 0. Okay, this will be more. Okay, so I can copy paste this there, 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 and there. Let's try this now. You see?
Cool. Cool. Like flowers, like little flowers blooming. It's beautiful, bro. It's beautiful.
The sound. Oh my god. You know, we can make game, I can make an interface and remember that's you and stuff like this. Maybe not if you quit, but still.
Yeah. Cool.
So
bro.
all this, remember, all this with only this code. Right?
Yeah.
Look, I moved the... So this code will be on Somnium Space Guide soon. Let just me add it on my to do task. Good. I may do a Patreon in a while, in a moment.
Yeah, you should, bro.
Yeah. What could we do else?
I don't know.
Can do this instead. Okay, sorry. Before the attention spam die.
Maybe you could go over how to actually see the object, you know, the player object. You know, like what do I put? You know, if I walk on a trigger, is there a specific thing that'll just like automatically give me a whole list of all the stuff? Then can I put it in the debug log or something?
I think
Or then can I
it's
put it on like
it's
Text Mesh Pro?
honestly it's still on work in progress. Oh, you mean the debug log? Oh, yeah, that's a little complicated code. Yeah.
So I don't know what do you want to do? Maybe you could
I think I will just give you a print screen. Hey, wait. You see this place? I tried to print everything the game have, and it was like font 1 from here, like this large, to like there. There's just too much stuff in a game. Oh, but you can go see on my parcel, but like I said, it's not finished yet, so there's no ready use case for you. What exactly would you try to see?
I just want to put a gun. I just want to stick a gun on my
personally,
hand.
I don't know yet how to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. I'm gonna find
Oh,
out.
okay, wait. There's a way. That could be fun. So you can do a trigger again, and when you punch it with your hand, it will attach the gun on your hand. That's possible. because you have a collider on your hand. Let me see the name of the collider. One sec. Where's my streaming? Just 1 second. Hey, I'm opening picture, that's why. Okay, good. So let me find it. Okay, found it. This. It's called Grab Interactor. So example avatar collider container. You can print screen this if you want. So this is the hierarchy of when my fist touch a collider. So the parent is player, motion, track, blah 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 blah. It's just a one branch hierarchy. So if you want to put something on your hand, you can just collide with this. Make sure it's this exact name. Example avatar collider container. And just put the thing here. So you can add the game object on. You get the game object of that, and you add a new one on it. It should be very easy. And you can validate grab interactor right, for example. Do I have the right? Yeah, right. But for detecting the buttons, I don't know yet. It's still work in progress.
Wow, awesome, bro.
And I still don't know how to find the audio source too on a player.
Were you able to
VR.
make the echo thing work?
Yeah,
By,
but just for PC yet. I'm still
Oh.
trying to figure out because when I checked the all hierarchy of the player that have the collider on it, there's no audio source at all.
Cool.
I don't really know
Very
why. It must be somewhere else. Maybe it's maybe we have two avatar, one like physical and one like visual. Artific could maybe help me with that. I know he already put a gun.
Hmm.
Oh, but maybe they use the collider way. Yes. Yeah. And for I mean I could detect when your finger bend.
Can you?
Like
Can-
gesture, I guess. It must be
Is that the
somewhere.
same thing?
I
Isn't
could
that like the same
I
thing?
could instead of search I could do a search for skin mesh render and 100% sure I will find the avatar. Or maybe all this is still work in progress. It's very long to reverse engineer some the words.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are working on a 3D interface right now. It's a little bit complicated.
Wow.
For now, I succeed to make a button for 2D people, so they can click on the button. It work. It's not synchronized, but it work.
Cool.
So the trigger like we did today are 90% synchronized. That means if you hit the corner of the box, it's possible that in the other instance people just pass on the side of it. This means it's only synchronized because each avatar do the same thing in each instance where other player play. I don't know if you understand.
The other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the other day I made kind of like a volleyball by taking a capsule collider, then I combined a rigid body, and then I added a flow machine. I put in on trigger enter, so and then I put add force so that it would add a force to the rigid body on the Y, and we were able to like make it synchronized somewhat, but it was very like it was like if you couldn't see where it was, but if you touched it, right, it would react on my end. So that was very interesting.
Yeah. For synchronization, it's going to be very simple when we will have it. It would be the thing would be like normally what game do is on your side you touch something, you will be like the master of it, and in other instance it will be slave, so it will have no collider, but the position will be like slave. So the position will be
Right.
exactly the same. So you will send the position,
So
and then you will have a script.
So there's representations of our position, right? And then there are our actual positions, something like that, where we're like being controlled by the server.
When some, I mean, it depends. Either way, the server will simulate everything, or if someone touch an object, is the master of the object. So every simulation is on his side, and then the object is synchronized with the other, just the position. Or there's another way too, is all the objects are synchronized in each like instance. This can be glitchy, like it can shake like hell. Like there's like a force that keep. Imagine all the exact object in each instance. When I say instance, it's like when you play, you are an instance of the game that
Right.
reproduces the reality. But imagine all the object in all instance can have force, a force that bring them together, like in the fourth dimension.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's detecting
like a
will use.
force acting outside, like a force from outside.
Imagine
within our
put
own
put
dimension?
all instance in front of each other.
Yeah.
And imagine all the position of the same object. So if they
Wouldn't
are
that lag
different,
everything out?
if they are different, they will try to go on the right place. I mean, there's multiple way to synchronize, but I think the master slave is, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Very fascinating.
I think normally there's a master slave thing. So one people simulate it, and the other like is slave, so the object is not interacting with people.
Yeah, we're interacting with the server, right? And like the
Like the cars in
everything
Somnium
that-
space. Like the
Right.
cars. So if everything will interact with everything, everything will shake all the time, because
Oh,
as long as you have delays, it's impossible to synchronize two things that have delays, by the way. For example, when you sing with someone, it's absolutely impossible to synchronize. Because if one singer synchronizes with the other singer will automatically have the exact delay between them. So if they both try all the time to synchronize, it will be horrible. Just a wave between two bad synchronization. So yeah, you need compensation. It's hard, but it should not be. If we find an easy way to do that, it should not be hard.
yeah.
I think the idea of the first person that touched it is the master could be the good idea.
Right.
I don't know. There's multiple ways, but I will not mind if we decide how to synchronize stuff. Like
Yeah.
all they gave us is like a script to send a position to the other. That's it.
That's all we'd need?
I mean, you can do 90% of what we need with just that. But you always need to know when an event is local or is like done by a remote player. If we don't make this clear, it will create a lot of problems.
What do you mean?
For example, you see how the triggers is almost synchronized right now, but it's
Yeah.
possible that 9% on 10 see the same event, because since the position are reproduced not exactly and not at the exact same time, sometime an event that should happen did not, like a person touching very fast a box, you know. So if we don't understand well which things happen because it's a reproduction that touched the box, you know, I mean, what I mean is, in theory, if you have colliders, it should always be local. Never a reproduction player should touch something. They should interact with nothing, in fact. to make sure all events go to the right place. So if I click on a button, I send a command that say I click on a button, and it's not because it's physical, you know. It have to be clear, or it will be all a mess. Imagine a game when sometimes you don't understand what happened, but nothing happened or something happened and you don't know why. You know, it have to be perfect.
Yeah.
We will find a way. But I'm
Yeah,
very,
I'm
I'm
sure
very
we will.
excited that Somnium gave us something to synchronize.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a boolean, a float, a vector, those are the minimum thing we need, and we can do almost everything with that. A text would be good too.
A text?
Yeah, when you're sending text.
Like a synchronized text, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that would be amazing.
since we don't enter text, maybe we will do if we have like 2D player typing
But what do you mean? What do you mean by text? Do you mean like typing text, or do you mean like text mesh pro?
a string.
Because a string. What do you mean by a
Yeah,
string?
a string. Just raw text. Synchronizing raw
Pure
text would be
text?
nice too,
Oh, yeah.
for multiple reasons, like events or stuff like this. In fact, we could synchronize a dictionary or whatever, but I'm sure they will find a good way. And if it's not enough, we'll just make cannies. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm confident with all this. It's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is awesome.
And since we have more access than we thought with avatar system, that's good too. We may even
Yeah.
be able in the future to replace stuff on the avatar system. And
Cool.
if we have access to buttons of controllers, this will be better than a lot of games. Because if you look at VR chat, for example, I think they are I think they are limited to the basic interaction of the game. For example, grabbing stuff and you have one button. But if you release the grabbing, the object fall. I'd never see game that if you release, you keep the gun on your hand. You see what I mean? But if
Yeah.
we chose it on our words, that could be interesting.
So have you created any worlds in VR chat?
Yeah, just like a floor in a mirror.
Yeah, have
Nothing
you
more.
used their scripting system
No.
and like
Don't see
so
the use for now. It was
is
just like
Bolt better?
no
'Cause
idea.
like
No idea. It's personally I don't like Bolt that much. I learn it because I have to, but I prefer C# 10 times better.
I like the fact that you can do things in real time. You know, you can just press play, go to scene, and you can play
Yeah, that's
around
true,
with
but
it. That's pretty
it's
nice.
so harder to code Bolt for me that I'm already
Yeah,
a dev of
it's
Unity.
longer. It
It's
takes a longer time with the mouse and
yeah,
clicking and
but
all that.
I guess it's fine at the end. But there's a lot of things that are complicated to do because like and the documentation is not that good. So I will do
Yeah.
nice documentation in the future
Thank you, bro.
for Somnium
Love you.
and
You're
give.
the best.
I believe in learning by example. It means you don't
Yeah.
learn because you read 10,000 words that explain how it works. No. You see people doing it. You see picture of it. You see a lot of case. You know,
Yeah.
people understand how it should be, and yeah, that's how I think it should be. It's faster this way.
Cool.
In the past, I was trying to learn by description. It's so slow, and sometimes it's super hard to go to do something workable that work, because there's special case and it's not always super clear how to do it. And then I start to learn by example instead, and it's
By
way
just
easier.
doing it, right?
Because when someone create a program, they have a way in mind of how to do stuff, you know.
Right.
And if you try to understand the logic, you may not understand how the person was trying to do it. So you should be close to how to do it, you know. So you learn by example. It's fine. I feel that it was cheating in the past, but now I think it's more natural way to. I mean, that's how we learn stuff in all our life.
Yeah, we copy.
Yeah. I don't like the word copy. I prefer example, but you know. Anyway.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Oh my god.
Cool, bro. This is really awesome.
Yeah, but I'm still learning a lot by try and fail. Like
Yeah.
the floating, the selecting, all that I learned by trying because the documentation, if there is any, is there even documentation? They just have tutorials. And I don't want to
Yeah.
learn. I don't want to read 10,000 tutorials just to find one thing. I like
Yeah, the
print screen.
documentation is sparse.
Yeah,
There's a site called Ludic, but they never have it's very vague. It's never like exactly what you're
yeah.
trying to like look
Mine will
for.
be screenshot mostly, like this, and
Yeah,
like
with
1 minute
arrows,
videos.
right?
I think that's the way.
Yeah.
Ah,
So yo, have you tried like doing anything with like making some interactable NPCs, like maybe having a mesh collider right around them, and then when there's a trigger, make them move away
I
from
mean
from the
it's
player. Wouldn't you
in
need
theory
the actual
detecting
position from the player, right?
detecting players close to something should not be hard. Then having collider that move, that's not complicated. So yeah, I guess it's possible to have.
So you can get the position of the player, right? So
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
have
yeah,
it, and then you can have this thing, move away from.
exactly.
Have
Because
you tried
you
using
saw
like
my
a
you
nav
saw
mesh?
do you saw my picture?
Which?
The one with the colliders. You see that every player is called player something. So you
Oh
can
yeah, the
have
one
you
you.
can have the. I'm not sure yet. Or maybe the collider. I will find a good way. It's not. It's a still
So
work in
wait,
progress,
so
but
player like this, it says player, then the player's actual username, and then it gives them a number.
yeah.
So does every time a player enter the world, are they given a number, or is that a
Always the
number
same.
that's wait, everyone gets the same one?
No, always the same number, but everyone have a different one.
Really? So that's our ID?
Not sure because it's just 10,000. So
Huh.
it's probably like to make sure if there's two person with the same name. I don't know.
That's a very
Oh wait,
interesting.
we can't. When we set a name, I think there's no verification. So the ID must be there to prevent having duplicate person.
Huh, because we can change our username, right? And our nickname.
I mean,
Really
there's no way they limitate the ID to 10,000 because
cool.
it's way possible that that one day we will have more than 10,000 players.
Do you think you can do anything with like these IDs? Like if each person has an ID, right, and it's all being accessed, these IDs have to have, I don't know, this whole thing with the
Just
IDs is
get just the all player name, it's fine. But I was trying to see if I can save files on the on every one disk to have persistent data. I'm not sure yet. I want something. I wonder. Yeah, there's so much things we have to work on. I'm trying to partnership with to work with Artifact, so we don't do things twice. It's so hard to learn
what do
stuff.
you mean by trying to? Why don't you guys just, partner up, right?
I mean, we have different business. I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Go
you guys
ask
are
him.
doing awesome.
Yeah, because
Thank you guys.
I love to give to the community, but that's I don't think you understand how much time this is consuming. And while I'm
Yeah,
doing
man, I
this, I'm not
could.
working on NFT or anything else. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's that I have to understand. I have to think about that, earning my life too.
Yeah. So think about like making some of these and selling them, bro.
Yeah, that's one of my the
Yeah.
way. I mean, I thought before I want to do modules. I think Artific want to do words, but I think I will sell modules, something like
Yeah.
this.
Are they easy? Like, can't you just export as a
Yes,
package, not
yes,
include
I
the
did it.
dependencies?
I
Wow,
did it with
nice.
Jambi. So I made a folder with the portable stage inside it with all the scripts. Send it to Jambi. Everything work.
Wow, awesome, bro.
Yeah, you don't
Wow,
realize how this thing is good.
dude, that's awesome. So I'm gonna go, man.
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
think
take
I
a
will
break.
end the stream there because
Yeah.
I don't, the attention span of mine is end.
This was a great stream, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
again,
think I
bro. I
prefer the
learned a
2
lot.
hours ish format than three. Three is like very long. So
Yeah.
thank you for everyone. Wait. I forget the most important part. Big hyena.
Boom.
So thank you for being there, and I think we will be working on Word for a time because there's so much to learn, and I want it to be as simple as possible because I don't like that much Bolt. I want to be sure it's nice to do. Yeah, and
Thank you, bro.
provide stuff on my probably my I forget the name of the website. Never mind. So
This community guide.
no, yeah, this and Patreon too probably. I will see.
Yeah, do it, bro.
Yeah, would be nice. Yeah, so thank you for being there, and next week words again. And if you have special, if you want me to do something else very fast, if you have any suggestion, I'm always open. You can even say the suggestion while the stream, and that's it. Thank you very much.
All right. See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye.